Yeah, let's jump right into that now. So last week, True North shared this exchange from the European Parliament between Dutch MEP Robert Roos and Janine Small of Pfizer.
So a question then for you, Ms. Small, where I would like a clear answer, please.
So there are no misunderstandings. Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it's entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market. And from that point of view, we had to do everything at risk. I think our Dr. Bourla, even though he's not here, would turn around and say to you himself, if not us, then who? Dr. Bourla actually felt the importance of what was going on in the world. And therefore, as a result of that, we actually spent $2 billion at risk of self-funded money from Pfizer to be able to manufacture, first of all, research, develop and manufacture at risk to be able to make sure that we were in a position to be able to help with the pandemic. And I think that's why I feel very good when a recent paper from the Imperial College stated that in the first year of the rollout of vaccines, we saved 4 million people. So from that point of view, I feel that actually we were there when the world needed us to be able to make sure that we were able to help people around the world with vaccination as well as now oral treatment. I would hate to imagine what situation we would be in the world right now if companies like us did not take those risks, did not do clinical research and developments at scale in order to make sure that we could have a vaccine that we could roll out to the world. So I understand your frustrations, I really do. But I also hope at some point somewhere you also do appreciate what pharmaceutical companies have done in order to be able to roll out and deliver vaccines at such speed and scale.
That was a pretty explosive clip. It was Janine Small talking about how Pfizer moved at the speed of science, which I believe is faster than the speed of sound, not quite as fast as the speed of light, a little bit slower than Superman when he's had a heavy meal even. But the executive was saying that Pfizer did not test against transmission. So there was no scientific basis for the idea that the vaccine that Pfizer was putting out for COVID would protect you against transmission, which means that the basis for vaccine passports, which was that we need to make spaces more safe because we need to only ensure that the vaccinated are able to access them, it meant that that was a big, huge lie from politicians. So we share this clip. Now, this is about as official as it gets. This is an elected official interviewing in an official capacity, an official from a company that has done billions of dollars worth of work on the vaccine file around the world. All of this is to say there is very little about this that is misinformation because we're sharing someone's own words. But that didn't stop Reuters from pouncing by putting a fact check here. And not just that, but saying that True North specifically sharing this clip, we weren't the only outlet that did, was a bit misinformed perhaps.
And so, Andrew, it's important to just kind of go through this process. First off, True North often will not share content, videos that are not specifically Canadian news related. But when this video did come up originally, it was first posted by Rob Roos, that MEP, as you said. And that video has over 13 million views on Twitter. And immediately we realized that this kind of blows the lid off of the justification for the mandates placed on Canadians. The idea that the vaccine would stop transmission, that idea that we are told constantly this is to stop the spread of the virus. Well, this testimony from the Pfizer executive in Europe kind of makes the case as though actually, No one really knew that to be the case. Politicians didn't know that. So we posted it, and I even went through, I posted it myself, and I went to great lengths to make sure that I wasn't just copying Rob Roos's video. We went to the original source, the European Parliament sort of media center, to get this clip, making sure that what we were getting was 100% accurate. And we don't just throw things up on social media. We do make sure this is accurate stuff. And of course, along comes Reuters. And the Reuters fact check is important to go through. You would think that a company like Reuters, with a fact check team like they have, they would put together if they were going to attack this video, they would try and show the biggest tweets of the video, the tweets that got the most traction. But it was strange, Andrew. They didn't do that. They shared the original Rob Roos video. Then they shared our video from True North. They embedded the video into the article, and then they shared a tweet from someone with 18 likes copying our video, which I just thought to me was very strange. Like they're trying to make the case as though True North was somehow involved in this. We basically did our own fact check of the fact checkers, which I think is quite required these days, especially what we're getting from Reuters. We did this, and we
hang on. I've got to call out your misinformation there, Harrison. It's important to deal with this in real time. He has 21 likes on that tweet.
21 likes.
As of the time we're recording this.
Exactly.
So you're Reuters. I'm sending Reuters to your front door for that. You were 3 likes off. Who knows what else you're getting wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Now we have to go through everything else. But so in our fact check of the Reuters fact check, what we found was that actually immediately upon Reuters trying to basically label True North's video as misleading, Andrew, Twitter users from all across the world descended on that Reuters tweet and basically started sharing videos of Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer, saying exactly that, saying that this was going to stop the transmission of the virus, this was going to stop the spread of the virus. And in one tweet, he said the booster vaccine had a 100% effectiveness in South Africa at stopping the spread. And then, of course, Pfizer themselves, on their official Twitter account, they also were telling people that the virus was stopping transmission of the virus. The vaccine was stopping transmission of the virus. Contradictory to what the Pfizer executive said in European Parliament. So this all just, I think, goes to show you that for so long, for the past 2-3 years, Andrew, we've been getting fact checks from Reuters, from AP. They also got in on this. We've been getting fact checks from them which only really uphold a narrative. They don't actually tell us or tell people what is wrong about a video. Nowhere do they say True North was wrong. All they do is say this is misleading. So to me, it's actually very sinister that we have fact checkers coming in that are pushing a narrative and aren't actually just telling us what's true and what's false. I don't want to hear narratives. I want to hear the facts from a fact checker.